Welcome back to Neo. So let's try to find out Kyle's riddle, I guess. Alright, but first, let's do... yeah, right here. Guess we just follow the mission app's instructions then. Alright then.
Simple, right?
It should be simple, yeah.
Let me think this
But since it's The World Ends With You and we're the main characters, we know it's not going to be simple for us.
You're on the right track. Oh, you're getting closer. So yeah, like I said, hot and cold.
Yeah,
There,
you're getting warmer.
right there.
Warmer. Hey, you're red hot, Doc. Actually, how cool would it be if Bugs Bunny was one of
Check
the
it out,
composer
Rin.
for one of these?
Check it out, Rin, dude. I think this is it.
He looks like he's having an erection.
This is just graffiti.
Yeah, there's a skull. Pretty reapery, right?
The deadliest boner. That's the title of the graffiti.
What's it say anyway?
The Joker. Let him have one of his boners.
Get ready to war?
Yeah, that's more like it.
Seriously though, did no one rethink
Huh.
the...
We supposed to shout or something?
doing that exact pose, thrusting your junk out
That's
like Crash
me.
Bandicoots?
Yeah, to do the crash dance.
2 graffiti remain. So we have to find 2 more graffiti.
Guess we still need to find 2 more.
Okay, let's...
Yep.
How are we hitting up 10-4?
Always 10-4.
Sure.
Alright then, let's go.
Again, I'm still wondering if the weight has not yet hit these two in the head yet, that they may very well be
Well,
kidnapped.
they know they're in a game that they're not leaving any moment soon, but they...
Told to their faces when they're dead about their educated.
Well, actually, Teo, no. Well, actually, Teo, no. He didn't tell them that they're dead yet. Like, it's someone else who tells them that. And I don't know if you forgot. If you forgot.
Oh, is that app going to give us another clue or what?
That was part of his speech at the end.
No, it was. No, it wasn't. Yes.
Let me just get it back.
Either way, whoever came up with this game really thought it through.
Say that again. Okay. Hey, Swallow.
Hey, Rin Dragon. What's up?
Being forced to play this other game right now.
I wonder what game that may be.
It's super weird and I don't know how to quit.
Oh, sorry. You can quit? That is weird. Frowny face.
I know, right?
Yep. Oh, that's actually something that Webs usually says on an everyday basis. I know, right? So... You okay?
No!
Well, I was just trying to be nice. We don't have to...
I guess I'm searching for clues right now.
God, Rin Dragon, I was just asking to be nice.
Just scared you, though.
So it's a mystery game? Sounds tough.
Yeah, kinda. Actually, can I ask you for help if we get stuck?
Sorry, you cannot phone a friend in this game.
Sorry, Rin Dragon. No phoning a friend this time.
Well, asking the audience isn't gonna help, but how's 50-50 gonna be of any assistance?
Sure, anytime. Rin dude? Hey, Rindo!
Well, what?
This is bad, buddy.
Oh, is the weight of it finally coming down
Fret,
on you?
don't tell me you started scanning again.
Fret not.
Look alive.
Huh?
Huh?
Oh no, they're coming closer.
What's coming closer?
Your mom.
The noise.
The noise your mom makes.
Let's crunch these zeros.
And make like heroes.
Yes.
Ew, no.
That's not a math thing.
0 to hero. The math is simple there.
The game's 187 Shiro. Factor it out. Anyway, there you go.
We're really in sync. Perfectly balanced. Are we awesome or what?
Thank Frank.
Not too shabby.
But yeah, this game added in like straight up grunge and death metal to its genres. I wonder if the third game will add country in the mix.
I wish I could be optimistic about a third game,
Randomly
but
start scanning stuff.
chill, dude. I just got bored because someone was glued to their phone.
It's possible. And hey, we're in a day and age when even Beyonce is releasing country albums, so why not?
Besides, what were the odds of them being literally right in front of me?
Just be careful, will you?
A game where we could die multiple times, like getting crushed by a
hey.
truck.
Hey, what's with this pin? Did the noise drop it?
It's your battle reward. You're in an RPG.
Just another psych pin.
That's all we get?
What are you expecting? The Ark of the Covenant?
Speaking of which, we're supposed to be collecting them, right?
Yep.
Gotta get them all.
Are we? You know, this kind of reminds me of those other ones.
Gonna need you to be more specific.
You know, the pins we got at the start from Shoki. We're there.
Hey,
So what? Do you use this one against the noise too?
Bingo, buddy. Man, we're gonna be unstoppable in no time.
He goes from terrified to uber confident in the blink of an eye.
Huh? What is it this time?
Let's see. Ascend the goddess's tower. Amid the darkness, you shall find the sigil that you seek.
Sounds like final boss territory.
Well, it does, actually, to be fair. It does sound kind of like that, yeah.
How come this app's so ye old all of a sudden?
Kyle likes to do that, don't worry, Rindo. For flavor, Rin, dude! You gotta immerse yourself if you wanna have fun. Have you ever done any role-playing? Come on, ye old treasure awaiteth!
I'm pretty sure Rindo is playing the role of a victim at this point.
I mean, technically, aren't we all victims since we're dead in this game?
So where do you think this
Sure.
goddess's tower is? 10-4, exactly. Because 10-4 has a big tower, like we can see right there, see?
Of course!
This is why Kondo directs the game this way, so you can behold the majesty of the 10-4 tower. 7 days bargain, it says there as well. Okay, here's the tower. Now where's the darkness? Yeah, but how?
In your soul.
Oh, I get it, Rindu. We have to find some Heartless.
Oh, more graffiti.
Alright, go on this.
Ah, this must be our clue.
Is it now? So we punch ourselves in the chest?
I think it's more like beating our chests.
Huh. But why would we do that?
I mean, a lot of primates do that, and they are our ancestors.
Congratulations, Rendo. Jeez, what are you, Dr. Zoolittle?
Ah,
I don't think that's what he's called.
We can
I
say
just read something about it back in elementary.
we can't say
school.
the actual Dr. Doolittle name because copyrights. So
You just
I
said
swear.
it wrong.
one graffiti
He's laughing at you
remains.
Please
That's
change
right.
your notification sound.
not a fan of those ones, Shiroi.
No.
Like I said, Shiro, in Monkey's Paw, you're getting instead Show yelling at you as your ringtone. We want that.
I'll keep the silly laugh.
There you go.
Dang. Who knows? Maybe by the end it'll make her actually appreciate Show. And everything will come full circle.
Nope.
So,
Job, it can be this one. Go ahead.
yep.
Okay.
It's like you read our minds. Wait, did you?
No, but if you want past, you gotta pay the toll. Like a bolt out of the blue.
Yeah.
Bring me the Midorigama pin. It's number 163.
Of course, okay.
But we already have one of those.
Don't ask me, but if you got one, hand it over.
So yeah, the game has dialogue in case you already have it.
Otherwise, go battle some noise. You pick one up. Question: does this game actually make it so that you have to give up one, or is it just, oh, you got it, you go on?
Yes, but keep in mind that you can farm very easily from the enemies.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you get 2 or 3 from the same battle.
So they never ask for any ultra rare.
No, that wouldn't even make any sense for a main plot objective. That would be dumb.
I mean, some games have done stuff like that where it's an incredibly hard to drop item here or there.
Usually that kind of thing should be reserved for side quests, not main story stuff.
Wow. Sometimes they have the loophole where you gotta do this side quest to proceed with the main story. Like,
That is true.
I never get games that do that. Oh, in order to proceed, you gotta do a side quest. Well, doesn't that technically make it a main quest then?
Sometimes it's because of the game structure. Like the reason you have to do a certain side quest in Ni no Kuni 2 as part of the main story is because those side quests recruit citizens that are necessary for the main plot to. And since citizens are by design recruited through side quests, they just put in integrate the side quests in the main plot. Sometimes it's just for the sake of the way the game is designed, and just because it's convenient for the developers, basically. Because that way you can just repurpose the same programming from the side quests into the main campaign. It's cheaper, easier to do so. In the meantime, I'd like to correct myself. Teo was right. It was actually Kubo. That being said, they didn't get it yet, Teo.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning. Like, you told to their faces, but of course we lacked the context.
Sure. I apologize.
I'm wondering how much of that may be pure on denial, or them thinking that, oh, this is a super duper elaborate game
Like
show.
I said, also Drova, nobody else had told him at that point, nor they had this slight indication that something has changed. So of course, if someone randomly arrived with you and said, by the way, you have died 5 minutes ago, don't you even know it, you wouldn't really comment on that.
It's not exactly an ordinary claim that you would believe at a drop of a hat. So
True, though I think given what they've gone through, the fact that they technically haven't been able to go home, and stuff is clearly marked up with some mystical stuff that no one else is seeing.
let me put it this way: it's not so much arbitrary skepticism. It's more so that Kubo is not. They didn't take Kubo seriously when he was talking. It's more so that.
Which, to be fair, he wasn't.
There's also the way they're
seriously.
talking. There's also the way they're talking about the game and the app, which seems to be the more lighter way on their perspective, because they believe for now that this really is just still a game.
I will give them this. I've seen a lot of Japanese game shows, and those can get unrealistically sadistic. So
Yeah.
if their mentality is that this is just a Japanese game show that's gone over, I sadly cannot completely rule that out.
Even on the lighter side, Drova, remember that between stuff like the 3DS connectivity and more these days, stuff like Pokemon Go, like in these games, equivalent of that, or other mobile games, there's this sense of connectivity of people going around in Japan, which is actually more easier for them to do, to connect different zones. So the idea of a game that spans throughout a bigger area where you complete objectives is not that uncommon even for the youth.
And then the twist turns out to be that they actually signed on to do this and had their memories wiped, and this is all just part of a game show that's been going since the first game.
Speaking of that, Teo, go ahead. Oops.
At first I thought it was just my imagination. But everyone in Shibuya has literally been walking right through us. It's like we're ghosts or something.
This is why the game made sure to note how Rindo bumped into that lady at the beginning, to give you
that you're alive at that point.
Yeah.
Or tell us that lady is also part of the game.
Yeah. I started feeling things were kind of out of whack yesterday.
Which leaves us with one question.
What are the production values they're putting into this game show?
What the hell's going on?
Yep. And now here comes... Alright, Shiri, go ahead. Now it's time for the second and definitive call to reality, or, wake up to reality. Yeah. She's thinking, oh my god, you guys still don't get it. So even they use Shoka to point out, oh my god, you guys still don't get it. Whoa!
I read that so wrong the first time.
Go ahead, Shiri.
Unit seriously thought you were still in Shibuya? This is the UG, dummies.
I mean,
Also-
duh.
Also, that hoodie design. Something about that face and
It
those
does
ears
look
looks
familiar, doesn't
familiar.
it?
Looks
Yeah,
like
just a
almost a
little
pig.
bit.
Yes! Right, a
I will
pig!
find a way to throw you from the call.
No, but that's a great looking hoodie.
But you
I
can
want
tell
it.
it's a bit edgy because it has an earring. Ooh.
You
Well-
see, she's a gothic cat Grim Reaper.
Not enough mascara.
Think
Go
of
ahead.
it as the flip side of the RG. You know, the real ground, the world you call home.
If you want to know more details, read Mr. Hanekoma's special reports in the first game. He explains it in more detail.
By the way, buy the first game.
Yes, please. Please, our children are hungry, they need the money.
It's really good. I'm in it.
In a preview sense, yes, you technically are.
Well, technically no, Tsugumi is the only character who's showed up in the preview and final remix. Shoka didn't show up.
I could have sworn she did, but I'm probably misremembering her with one of the trailers I saw of this
Right.
game.
Go ahead, sure.
I literally spelled it out for you. UG, the underground. Have a look around. You're in the afterlife, losers.
Now, if you're looking for the underground when you're alive, that's an Undertale.
Da-da-da-da.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I'm not following.
Oh, well, you see, it's a game with
To
all
be fair-
this expansive lore and AUs.
It's important to remember. It's important to notice that that line from Rindo came before Shoka's line. It's just that we were talking, so the Dubs didn't read it first. So just wanted to point that out. Come on, Pedro, press X, you dipshit.
Maybe you just want to listen to Hanekoma's theme.
Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong.
3D.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll go with that.
I mean, I love listening to the soundtrack, so I'm not complaining, of course, with Past Me, but slow down. So you mean where? So now this is where finally the other shoe drops. Dibs.
Dead?
Well, duh.
Like duh.
Fret is the kind of guy that will say, "So wait, am I freaking dead? And I'm talking to a freaking ghost?"
Something like that.
Hold on. But I don't remember dying.
Hey, Rin, you want
A
to
rare
tell?
sentence.
I mean, you must have. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here playing the game.
Unfortunately, Fred, that is indeed how it works, because as veterans of the first game, we know exactly what she means.
Unless they're the exceptions. Ooh.
Ooh.
There were a few exceptions during the first game. Thanks a lot, Josh.
Plot twist, Rindo turns out to be someone like Josh in the first game, who's just, a clandestine intruder playing for kicks. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I remember my own death.
I mean, it would pretty clever considering one of its hearing is in a cross sign, but yeah, guess not.
If I had a yen for every time I hit that one.
Look, Fred, have you ever seen the movie I Know Who Killed Me? Sometimes it's not easy remembering your
Shoka, you
death.
cannot say that or the pot will get us again.
Goddamn thing.
Oh well. Also, there's Hi Ho right there on the background, like Hi Ho, it's on from where we go. Like,
It's the Disney shop, yo!
Maybe it's
it is possible. That is possible. Go ahead, sure. Sarcasm.
Please, Miss Reaper, there must be some... I was doing...
Sorry. Go on.
Now I can't do it. Please, Miss Reaper, there must be some sort of mistake. I simply couldn't have died.
Do you know how many times I've heard that? At least 100 for every lowlife who
Also,
dies.
maybe it's
I'm
supposed
sick
to be
of
a,
hearing it.
maybe it's just put to the Yoo-hoo beverage. Maybe it's because of that. I don't know.
Maybe.
Go ahead, Shuri.
Spurred.
Okay. Oh, it's the same old sob story.
Get real.
Pedro?
I'm not sobbing, just confused.
So that must be why I can't get in touch with anyone.
One.
Except for your friend.
Well, one mystery down, 1,000,000 to go.
Hey,
Tell me,
What?
what's gonna happen to us once the game's over?
About that.
Importantly, why are we even playing this damn game in the first place?
God hates you. Ooh, somebody's mad.
Yeah.
I'm angry.
This is the beginning of the dynamic between Shoka and these two. Like she gets under specifically Rindo's skin with her comebacks.
What's the matter? Is the mission too tough for you?
No, sure.
Issue.
No, sure. You have to be. You have to be.
Good.
No, sure. You have to be
Oh,
condescending.
Mom.
Yeah. You have to say, "Oh, what's the matter? Is the mission too tough for you?"
Hope, get good, didn't care, get
Skill
better.
issue.
L plus ratio.
Maidenless.
Now that's really getting under the skin, Shiro. How dare you?
You died without having a single
Go ahead, sure.
significant
That's-
other.
I read this already.
No, I was talking to the libs though. Okay. He's,
Oh, sorry, I misheard you. Never mind.
really. Now it's up to you.
Oh. Oh, so everything's going perfectly then.
Ah, goods is bird.
No, I'm back. Not really.
We're getting by, I guess. For people who are dead, I guess we're not doing too badly, I guess.
Have you ever seen Ghost with Patrick Swayze
I've
and
heard.
Whoopi Goldberg?
Heard
Go ahead, Shirai.
stories.
Shouldn't you aim a little higher than just getting by?
You won't live with that attitude.
But that's the thing, they're already dead.
No, but this time you'll be even deader than
Double
dead.
dead.
No, but let you see, Teo, they're just mostly dead. There's a difference between all dead and mostly dead. Please open their mouths.
Look,
They're all
look,
late
look,
to death.
look, just because you're dead doesn't mean you should be dead inside.
Go ahead, Liz.
Not if we don't have to.
That is true. Yeah.
That was Neku's lesson. Well, far be it from me to hold you back from underachieving.
You know, you really don't seem like someone who should be talking about underachieving.
I love her expression.
Not just that,
Oh, yeah,
I
she's
also
great.
I also love her design. Like I said, this series is peak Nomura character design speaking. I mean, like the style is oozing out of every character.
A lot.
Something definitely smells fishy around
In fact, I'm
here.
gonna have something to say about Nomura's thought process for her design later on at the end of this part.
He decided to create Peak, and that's what he did.
Well, character design wise, he's been doing that for a good time. Like when he started out in like something like 10, the 10 had a lot of questionable character designs, the villain, anyone. But fortunately, as he got older, he got better and better and better with that. So
I mean, I'll
I
say
mean,
this.
he was still the original character design for the original 7.
oh yeah, he was.
Aside
to be
from the
fair.
key art from Amano, he did most of the character art.
Sure.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, I'll say this about Nomura. He does have a lot of silly tendencies here and there, but I always think overall his designs are
Go ahead, Shuri.
good. Speaking overall.
Oh, brother. Anyway, have fun, you two. I'll be sure to check back later. Also, as somebody who grew up very attached to Sailor Moon, the term questionable villain designs doesn't really mean much to me.
You know what? Good point.
Yeah.
Let's see. Queen Burrow, Galatea. They had interesting tailors.
Fire vagina.
You don't have to.
It's like Shuri, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Aw, Indykins.
Aw, she came up with a nickname for you already. She likes you.
So there you go. We just got 3 nicknames for Rindo: Rindude, Rindragon, and now Rindykins.
Is that like the punchline? Nobody's gonna call him with his actual name.
Go ahead, Shuri.
But I want to. Yeah, no one's calling him by his name. He's like the cat of the group.
Yes, he gets all the pet names.
Well, Shuri,
Except for the actual name he was given.
and don't worry, me saying go ahead first.
Psych, I'm not hanging around here by choice.
Dum dum.
Dum dum, it's my job.
Yeah.
You seem so happy.
Don't worry, I can
about
say,
it.
no, don't worry, I can say this. This doesn't spoil anything. When we meet Nagi, if it helps her, she calls him Lord Rindo, not just Rindo, Lord Rindo. You'll see why when we get to know her better.
Context be key.
Go ahead.
Oh, and you'll want to pick up any pins you happen to find. Trust me.
She means that, by the way.
Every pin
Collect them
counts.
all.
So, regardless of her attitude, Shoka does do her job as a Reaper, unlike Sho, back in the first game. So,
Pretty much unlike most
That's not
Reapers
a
aside.
job.
Honestly, Pedro, actually doing
She
their
right.
job described.
Later, losers.
again, I had to read that because it's important. Go ahead, Jova, you were saying?
Like, okay, of the named Reapers that actually did their job consisted of, like, the first two we meet.
Gotta hand it to him. All that stuff about us being dead and under surveillance, and the part about us not being able to touch people or contact anyone outside the Booyah. I mean,
A lot to take in, isn't it?
they're almost making me believe this game, quote unquote, of theirs is real.
Huh, denial. That's healthy.
What? Something Don't tell me you actually buy all of this, Rin, dude. Come on, I knew they were lying the second they told us we died. The Fretster ain't no fool.
With that haircut, I don't know.
I mean, I guess.
So Rindo's already very accepting of it, but Fret is the one who's been...
I think he's more confused than anything.
But what if we really are dead? How would we even know?
Don't worry, it's probably just some sick joke.
Yeah, you know, the fact that we literally have not been able to get back to our homes.
All
People
right.
have literally been walking through you.
Another notification. Yes.
Got another notification.
Head to Stupor Street. Huh.
Oh, are you stooped out
Is this
yet?
me calling me stupid?
G.
It's not what stupid means, genius.
G. Thanks.
Guess we know where to go next.
Indeed. It's a... Okay, so... Okay, well, not really much of a puzzle if they just give us the answer.
I don't think that's the puzzle.
Good.
Better than getting stuck. Let's go.
I mean, I guess I can argue with that. Sure, Rindo.
Don't worry, I'm sure the game designers know exactly what they're doing. And by game
As
designers,
usual.
I mean the game designers of the Reapers game, of course.
Alright, so, like I said, hot and cold.
Which
Oh.
makes me wonder, will we be
Teo.
seeing any of the...
Painting our walls like hood rules. Kids these days ain't got no respect for this city.
Huh.
Oh, by gosh, see, that picture looked awful from earlier.
Back in my day.
Quay?
Sounds like graffiti to me. And it's like right around the corner too. So that's your hint that you're supposed to... that the graffiti's near, basically. What are we waiting for, Rin, dude?
Nothing. Let's go.
Alright, let's do that then. Alright, find the last sketched riddle.
Also, mate, you're literally reading newspaper near actual trash bags. Are you sure there's not a better place to read your newspaper?
Well, actually, too. Oh, look, it's the prince from the first game.
Oh my gosh, look! It's the prince!
Without his jacket.
But now he's showing
actually-
up a new look, it seems.
I mean, I don't know how people do it in your country too, but in here it's very common for people to do that so that right after they're done that you can immediately throw the newspaper into the trash. So...
I mean, more like the stench, that's what I mean.
Oh, that.
I think I get what Teo means. So he was like not next to a trash can. He was next to just the bags, which are probably already tied up anyway.
Did you like see his new video yesterday? It was like totally awesome.
Mob him?
Please don't.
Please, Prince, give me your
Put a
shirt.
woman in this outfit, you cowards.
Give me your shirt so I can smell it at home later.
Shira, you watch too much, God, I forgot the name. Joke aborted.
I mean, I guess with that plunging neckline, why not?
Revolutionary Girl Utena. There you go.
Oh yeah, that one.
There we go.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Go ahead,
Hey,
Joe.
wasn't this shop featured on his channel before?
Oh, so he has a YouTube channel now instead of just a blog.
Be very afraid.
God. That thing when you consider that the original World Interview
Yeah.
was old enough that was before YouTube really hit its
Well,
peak.
when the first game came out, YouTube was around, but it was like brand fucking new, right?
Like I said, yeah, before it hit its peak, it was in
I
its
think you're right.
infancy.
He totally effed this place. Those who remember the first game remember that's a reference to his blog in the
And
first
then
game.
Rin's thinking like, he did what to this place? How did they clean it?
I can tell that Matt Ford and his team definitely played Koji Fox's original localization because the terms are all consistent and the phrasing of when they're making references to the first game are always consistent. So
Oh yeah, I can
They were-
Like,
definitely
you see
believe.
F closed? Was the prince losing his touch, I wonder?
and here's a
Hello
character, and,
there.
It might be.
and here's a character we're going to figure out who they are later. Go ahead, Durs.
The fact that she has a custom sprite
Hey,
isn't suspicious
isn't that-
at all.
Oh wow, it's Eiji Oji. Yes, indeed it is. Scoping out some new info to post about what's hot in Shibuya, I bet. So yeah, he's still doing that 4 years later. Go ahead.
Kind of amazing he's managed to stay relevant with that attitude in this.
Dude, that's the whole reason he's popular. There you go, sure. This is what you said in the first game when they questioned it, and Fred agrees with you.
So he's like the PewDiePie
Oh, yeah.
of this
forgot you were
universe.
kind of a fan.
And yes,
Please no.
yep, used to read his blog F Everything. I was super into the whole ennui thing.
I am amazed for him that F Everything did not age badly in this universe.
Past 10.
Yeah, totally past tense, Rin, dude. I just grew out of it.
Aha!
Plus, the prince went past cool and aloof and ascended to like a pathetic godhood.
Feel your own
I
pants.
can't tell
flying.
if that's a good thing or a bad thing with how you word
It
it.
works for him, but it ain't me. You feel?
So way past cool is what you're trying to
He
say.
has changed a bit.
He went mainstream, man. He forgot the original talent behind it, yo.
Although now that I see him up close and in person, his charm is pretty undeniable. This?
You're totally still a fan.
Go ask him out while you're at
gay.
it.
Not like he'd care what you think. He doesn't even know you exist.
Meanwhile, he acted absolutely obsessed with Neku.
Yep.
Okay, good,
Come on, better get back to the game.
good call. Let's get this over with. Okay.
Fret not, my dear Fret. You'll get your chance someday.
All right, one final thing before we go is I want to talk about something about, because again, address the localization aspects of it. First off, one thing that I want to correct, the last time I mentioned this, it's not, the previous quote that I said was not done by Matt Furd, it was done by Alan Horst, one of the other translators, because Matt Furd is the lead translator, but he has two other translators working under him. They specifically said, and I quote, they actually addressed the criticism, actually. They said some fans didn't take kindly to the style that Ford and his team used, however. They claimed that the tone was too online, and the entire threads on Reddit and blah, 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 criticized attitudes, tone, and the individual word choice. Ellerhorst, however, believes this misses the point of Neo the World Review's message, though, and I'm quoting him now. There's a noticeable trend in Muslim West writing, particularly in localization of Japanese popular media, of over-reliance on internet isms and meme speak. Yeah, I've already mentioned this. That being said, having an overt line online tone suits the world and characters of this game to the extent that I think it would actually be more unnatural if they didn't speak the way they do. Rindo is constantly glued to his phone, and blah, blah, blah. And there's some other things that I'm not going to mention because spoilers, but the point is he actually mentions specific aspects of certain characters to explain the reasoning. He says this, and of course he says this game's Shibuya isn't meant to be timeless; it's meant to be current, which is why I believe the tone we went with was appropriate. And one particular criticism is the way Shoka speaks. You might have noticed, guys, how Shoka always addresses our heroes as later losers. In the original script, she says bye instead of later losers. A lot of people criticize this. In fact, I'm showing an image right now. The person who criticized this even says that something like shao would be a faithful localization of her bye. That being said, it's because this person clearly did not do their research, because Matt Ferda actually addressed this. Matt Ferda says, and I quote, that Shoka signs off in Japanese with the English word bye, as we saw here, but it's more than just a simple farewell. She intentionally uses a loan word as a cutesy way to end what are typically snarky conversations with them, like a cheeky little punctuation mark, one last jab to get under Rindo's skin, and rile him up before she leaves. Simply saying, well, bye, to an English audience would not achieve that effect. So they changed it to later losers to keep the intent that it's meant to be a quote-unquote snarky, rude goodbye, not a normal goodbye. And here's the thing. Sorry, go on.
I think I get it in the sense that that mark in the original Japanese version is supposed to convey tone, but over in English-speaking countries, we don't really have marks that we put to, say for like air quotes, which show sarcasm or whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, Chao is used for that, like in Hideko Uprising.
And get this, guys. We don't actually have to take Matt Ferda's word, because we actually have direct interviews from Nomura and Kando. In fact, here's Kando's comments about Shoka. He says that she's a Reaper that makes her appearance pretty early. Her words are quite harsh to the protagonists. And there's even, they talked about her design. Nomura said, and I quote, when I read the completed script, I was surprised to find how Shoka's dialogue was rude. So he was actually very worried that people would hate the character. So he said that he made very clear to give her an appealing character design. And I love this part of the interview. He made sure to go to when he went to the voice recordings to make sure to make her appealing through the voice acting. So apparently, thanks to this interview, we have confirmation that Nomura is the voice director of the original Japanese version dub. Apparently, that's interesting. But yeah, we have direct confirm. So not only do we actually have a proper explanation from Matt Ferda that her bye, quote unquote, is meant to be rude and therefore needs to be changed to convey the rudeness. Nomura and Kando have confirmed themselves that Shoka is supposed to be rude. Again, this is the same method that Koji Fox used with Neku's dialogue in the first game. So I'm sorry, people who criticize this localization decision. This is in line with the original game's localization. Again, she has to be rude, and a simple bye in English is not rude. So you have to change it. It's meant to be a snarky remark. So
well, the suggestion that was given.
The Shao is not really rude too.
Well, in a lot of English media, it is used for a snarky, good way or goodbye. Again, like in Hideko Uprising, for example.
I guess.
Which is actually, have a script change for localization by Treehouse.
I guess, but I prefer later losers, honestly.
I'll admit, I don't often see Shao used in a snarky thing. Like, oh, okay. If I see it used in a snarky way, it's specifically because somebody says it with the tone of sarcasm, but like that's something that has to be conveyed from tone. Like Chow by default is not something I really view or hear as snarky stuff. Like I've heard plenty of people say Shao in a friendly manner or whatnot in that regard.
Like this is not a fully voiced game, so they can't just like throw the tone out there and have it be that.
Like I get the feeling that if this were I get the feeling if this were fully voiced, then yeah, something like Chow could have worked because then the actress could have just read it like that. But since it's not, I can get them having to accommodate on that.
And like I said, this is in line with Neku's changed dialogue that Koji Fox made when he localized the first game. But that's something that I wanted to bring up about Shoka, and something that I completely disagree regarding the people complaining about this localization. I'll bring up others when they do come along. But for now, that's about it, everybody. See ya.
Yeah.
Okay.